Brothers and sisters, just want to bring to you a special video today. We are in the church of where the great Saint Josephine Bakita was baptized, and her story is incredible. Another saint for us to discover, to help us on our journey, a friend in heaven who can intercede for us, for the special graces to offer for us. I just want to show you a little bit of the church where she was baptized. It's a very simple church. It's here in Venice, and that is Saint Josephine Bakita. And this is the place of her baptism. And this is Brother Clement, who is a French priest, a French Dominican from France, and he has a great devotion to her. So I'm just going to ask Father Clement some questions about her life for you and for me to learn about her some more. So welcome, Father Clement, to Heart Reach. Father Clement is from the... Buonasera, exactamente. Father Clement's from the Toulouse province of the Dominicans, and I met him years ago in France when I was studying at Toulouse, some French one summer, very poorly I was studying, and we were on a pilgrimage with the Master of the Order once, when the Master was journeying for the 800th anniversary of the Order with young brothers from all over the world, like 100 brothers from all over the world, and we were on that pilgrimage together as well, and we find ourselves together in Venice again, so God is good. But okay, so where did you come across Saint Josephine? How did you discover her?
By readings, I read her biography that I found by accident in a Christian library, and I thought she was quite. I heard about her, but I didn't know her life, and so she wrote her own story when the superior asked her to do it, and I was touched so profoundly by her story and by her faith, which is behind, that I go deeper. I read all the books on her. I went to the place of her tomb in September, and I'm very glad today to go to the place where she was baptized at the age of 20 years old, more or less.
And so what was the story about her life that really moved you or touched you? Or maybe explain a little bit to people who don't know anything about her. How did she even come to Venice or Italy?
Yeah, so as you see on the pictures, she's not a typical Venetian. She was born in Sudan, in Africa, and when she was 7 years old, she was raped by
slave
masters, and she was sold to different masters, and for more or less a little bit less than 10 years in Sudan, she lived a horrible life of slavery, with torture, with scarification on her whole body, and really horrible stuff. And after more or less 10 years, she was bought by the Council of Italy, because they were at the beginning of the civil war there, and she thought it was for her the only way to survive, because if she remained in her country, she was not able to go back to her family. She doesn't even remember the name of her family, the name of her village, because she was too young when she was taken. And so she left with this consul of Italy, who brought her here, not here exactly, but in the countryside behind Venice. And she was given to a family, a noble family. And the noble family kept her as a servant. So she was not explicitly a slave, but she was working like a slave, more or less. No freedom, no activities outside, just working for the family. And the daughter of this family came here in this house as a pupil to learn Italian, and the servant followed the daughter. And after a couple of years here, the family wanted to take back Bakita to go to work in Africa for them. And she refused. She was not baptized, she was just living here. And she said, no, I want to stay here because I've met Christ, I want to become baptized, and I want to remain here. So there were like a big debate, because she was from a noble family and she was nobody here. So here in this convent, there were a meeting between the Patriarch of Venice, the Procureur of Italy, and this noble family, and the sister, and Bakita, to say, what will we do? And everybody was against the family and for Bakita, and they said, in Italy, you're free. So if you want to stay, you can stay. And she was baptized, she became a sister, and she...
So she was a religious sister in this congregation?
Not the actual congregation,
Okay.
but in this convent, yeah.
Okay.
And then she moved in another town in Schio, where she's buried today. And on that, she lived almost 50 years as a religious sister. But the most incredible stuff is that beyond this already spectacular life, she has a burning love of Christ, which is at a level that we cannot imagine. And the phrase I'm using to explain that she, excuse my translation because I do it by memory, but in her autobiography, she said, "If I will meet the people who stole me to my family, to torture me and to sell me to these horrible people, I will kneel to kiss their hand, because without them I won't be Christian and I won't be religious." And so she's crazy, or she has something crazy.